Right there.
Right then. Hello.
Evening all.
I don't know if you can hear us over the torrent of fans we got going. When the
It's
fan
so hot.
when the fan gets in the right place, Carole looks like she's in a Bonnie Tyler video.
My hair's going everywhere. But lovely to see so many people in the comments already. We're having a bit of a heat wave, aren't we, in the UK at the moment? And it's just so hot. So if we appear all sweaty and glistening, then
it's because we are. I just wonder if my phone's going to tell me how hot it is here.
It's been about 33 today,
well,
hasn't it?
It's only 26 degrees. Oh, it's 27 degrees now.
Yeah,
so
no, but for us in England, that's like, you know. But anyway, lovely to see, like I say, lovely to see so many people in the comments. Sean was here first tonight at 5:20. So always lovely to see Sean. Is it sunny in Edinburgh? Because I should be, I guess, if it's been sunny all over the UK.
Must be. I can't. Carole's going to tell me off now. But
Paul can't read the questions.
Carole's got this new thing that she put her computer on. And now the computer's so far away, I need a pair of binoculars to see the questions.
Can you see it now?
No, because you've still not got me in it. If I do that,
then,
when the light's in there, will you put that light there? Shall I do?
Oh, Paulie, you are being a bit of a.
I know, but I can't.
Can you do it like that? I've got a new thing to put the. Sorry about this technical. If Paulie just sat down a little bit, how's that?
Oh, that's perfect.
Yes, if he sat down when I asked him to instead of farting around. Anyway, back to
shut your face.
Back to Sean saying, if you have a question, please do put a question before so we can spot it in the comments, because they do go quite fast. It looks like everyone's sweating in the comments by the looks. There's Corinne saying, evening all from Surrey, where it's 32.6 degrees. Yeah, it's been hot.
Well, I saw Google Claire. I don't know if she's in the chat, but she put a thing on Facebook about an hour ago saying it was 33 degrees. Crazy.
And Barbara's with us. Lovely to see you, Barbara. Finally just got up ahead a time, 3:45 in Melbourne. Oh, I'm just working on the Melbourne vlog, and I thoroughly enjoy and reliving our time there. So thank you so much for joining us so early. And Rachel's here. Hope you had a good weekend. We did. For those that don't follow us on social media, we've been away in Cornwall for the last, we planned to go for 4 days. It's our very good friend Deb and Steve's wedding, which was absolutely wonderful. But then when we were down there, we decided, you know what, we don't want to go home. So we ended up staying and going to Port Isaac and Polzeath. And we had a fab time, didn't we?
We did.
It was absolutely lovely.
For anybody who doesn't know, Port Isaac is the setting for the ITV comedy drama.
It's like a medical comedy.
Doc Martin.
Yeah.
It's actually called Port Wen.
Yes. So that was great.
So we went to the doc's house. We went to Mrs. Tishel's pharmacy, which is a sweet shop.
Yes. So do check out our social media, Facebook, Instagram, if you want to look at all that stuff. So Anne's here from a very sunny Wales. And Will's here, Will from the show. Good evening, you lot. Bloody hot here in southeast England.
I don't know if we should just gloss over that mean thing you put about Tottenham and a teacup.
I just point out, I got to show people. Let's just see. So Barbara said it's 9 degrees and windy. Of course, it's still you'll be coming out of your winter now, actually, won't you? Coming into your summer. So that'll be, hopefully it'll warm up. Melbourne's a weird place though, isn't it? They always say you can get like 4 seasons in a day because it's just, what's the matter?
When we went to Melbourne, I said to Carole, if one more person says to me, you get 4 seasons in one day, it's almost like, you know, when you, it's like if you're playing, there's people play bingo. When people say the same things over and over again, as soon as somebody says this, you got to have a drink. If I'd have had a shot every time somebody said, well, the thing is, those 4 seasons in one day.
It's true, though.
It's like, shut up.
It's true. So
and when we went there, what was it like?
It was like 4 seasons in one day.
It wasn't.
We had rain to start, and then it got really hot.
Well, that's not 4 seasons, is it? That's 2.
Well, we didn't have. Well, anyway,
you didn't have any snow or nothing, did we?
No, we didn't. So this was funny from Will from the show, isn't it? Can anyone answer this? What's the difference between Tottenham Hotspur and a cup of tea?
And the hilarious answer is the TK stays in the cup longer. And what's even funnier is that Tottenham, who can't stay in the cup very long, beat Will's team 2 weeks ago comfortably. So how bad are they?
Lovely. And that's enough football.
And that's
Let's
enough
go
of
back to
football.
cruise,
We weren't talking
and
about
travel.
we weren't talking about football. We were talking about Man United.
Anyway, Barbara saying, hello from a sunny Highcliffe on Sea near Christchurch. My favourite time of the week with the best cruise vlogs. Oh, thank you, Barbara. Oh, Philip is here. How early am I? You are.
Ooh.
We just had on our transatlantic cruise on QM2, Queen Mary 2. We were cruising with Philippa and it was great. Philippa actually got on and cruised over to New York. We got on and cruised back. So it was lovely to see you again, Philippa. We had such a laugh, didn't we?
Philippa's very special because she's got her own seat in the theatre.
She has.
And nobody else is allowed to sit in it.
No, it was great fun. So, Patrick and Francis, so good evening and all big hello from Patrick and Francis. So lovely to see you here. And Barbara saying she loves when she just wakes up to catch Paul and Carole. Oh, right. So let's see. So question from Barbara. So I'm going on a P&O Iona in October to Rotterdam. Does anyone know there's a shuttle bus from cruise terminal to city centre? It depends on the cruise line. Often when we've been to Rotterdam, there hasn't been, has there?
No.
But there are many ways to do it, Barbara. And I will, well, if you go to our website, paulandcarole.travel.com, and just Google Rotterdam, we've got a whole post on how you can get around. There's water taxi, there's taxis, there's like there's a train as well, as isn't there, that you can get around in Rotterdam.
But the most fun way
is a water taxi.
Is a water taxi.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. And our website should explain it, what you need to do, because for some strange reason, the water taxi in Rotterdam, you'd have thought that if you're running a business, you're going to think, right, there's a cruise ship in today. There's 2 cruise ships in today. So you say to all the water taxi drivers, that's easy for me to say, right, you're all working tomorrow because we got 2 cruise ships then.
Yeah.
No, they don't do that. What they do is they'll have 2 cruise ships there, and you go to the water taxi place and say, oh, mate, can I get a water taxi into town, please? Yeah, I should be able to get you one in about 2 hours. And there's all these empty taxis all parked up with nobody to drive them. But
we learned from that.
Yeah, if you get the app on your phone.
Yeah, exactly that. What you have to do is get the app. And we learned that actually from Travel Blog Jamie and Matthew, wasn't it? Yeah. When we were going out with them. And you get the app on your phone and then you can order it. It's ever so simple, really, really simple. So if you want to get around Rotterdam, then do that. Taxis are really easy. Uber, we used Uber as well. So it's very, very easy. But we've never had a shuttle in. It is a long walk over the Aramis Bridge, but it's doable. Depends on how much you want to do, how much you want to walk.
I'm not going to cast aspersions, but we did once get a shuttle in, but only once. And it dropped off.
We've been so many times, haven't we?
And it dropped. But obviously things to do. Cubis houses, Mark Val, which is the indoor
food hall,
which is spectacular. Plus lots of other fascinating stuff. They got the Euro mast, which is the big lookout tower, which is also worth a look, unless you're fraidy, scaredy pants like Carole.
Yeah.
And then he makes me cry, is too high up.
Anyway, so do check out our post on our website because it's got lots of tips.
Our
post. Right. So Andy and Carlos here. So lovely to see you guys. Hope your back is feeling better. Yeah, Paul. The day we were leaving Foy, because we spent 4 days in Foy, or Foy as we call it, but it's pronounced Foy apparently, in Devon. Not Devon, we weren't in Devon, we were in Cornwall. Paul twisted and hurt his back. So
because I love you all.
You don't have to give the details.
I'm going to tell them they deserve to know. Now, what I'd like to say is that I was doing an 800-pound deadlift in the gym, and that's how I hurt my back. How I actually hurt my back was I was sat on the throne, and I turned around to get the toilet paper, and that's how I hurt my back.
Yeah.
How rock and roll is my lifestyle.
But thankfully, after we got to our bed and breakfast in St. Teeth, in near Port Isaac, Paul led down for about 5 hours, and we managed to get up, walk a bit, round a bit, and it actually got better. So thankfully, otherwise it would have been a bit of a disaster trying to get home in the car.
It's getting better by the day.
It is.
But despite that fact that I'm still in a lot of pain, Carole said to me, "You need to cut that grass tomorrow, mind."
Oh no, I didn't. I said. I said, we'll get the lawnmower. And I said, I will do it.
What I've started doing now is when she says stuff like this, I record it on my phone. So let me just see.
Andy and Carl is asking, we're selling Celebrity Silhouette in 2 weeks. Does the Lawn Club Grill do lunches? We've not done Celebrity Silhouette, so hopefully someone in the comments, Andy and Carl, will know. But we haven't done that. We did Eclipse many moons ago, and the Beyond, they had an area up on the top, didn't they? I can't remember what they call it now, which was like a lovely outdoor area that did lunch.
On Beyond.
Yeah. But that's obviously a different class of chips.
But yeah, I didn't. When I read that question, I was hoping Carole would know more than me, because I thought, I don't even know what the Lawn Club Grill is.
Yeah, it's the lawn. Is
it a grill that's on a lawn?
On the Silhouette classes, they've got the Solstice class chips, actually. They've got Lawn Club, so they've got grass at the top. But anyway, let's get on to something. So Rose is here. Love to see you, Rose. And Paul says he's hi from the Monaco of the Midlands. Wolverhampton?
Oh, I'll tell you
is
what,
that
mate,
good?
That's probably the best accent I've ever heard you do.
Let's see.
Well, I expect Paul's immediately switched off.
So I think Carly said when they were on Britannia, there was, and it takes you right outside the Markville. So hopefully they'll still be doing that P&O. But we were on.
Well, I'll tell you what, how spook is this? Because I've just had Total Recall. Not the first time, I take that back. Probably the second or third time we went to Rotterdam was on the P&O, as Jamie Robbins calls it, Oceana.
Yes.
I call it Oceana because that's how it's pronounced. And we went on that ship, and it was the last but one sailing.
Yeah.
They did one more sailing after ours, and then they sold it.
Well, because COVID hit.
And that was when we got the free shuttle bus.
But we've been there since they're on Iona.
We have been there.
We didn't have a shuttle then, I don't think.
No, we didn't. We've been there, and we also went there on Sky, because if you remember, we walked into town, and when we were walking back, it absolutely bucketed down the rain. And that bridge, which is called the Swan.
Aramis Bridge.
Yeah, which means the Swan. Every day's a school day with Paul and Carole loves to travel. It doesn't look that long until you walk across there, and the rain is going sideways, and then it's very long. Oh, there's also a tram that goes across that bridge as well.
Yeah, that's what I said. There's a little tram. There's a metro station down the end. So Kenga Cruise is here, just saying that it's easy if they're on board as well. So come and say hello. And Ron's here from Calgary. So hi, Ron. Nice to see you here. Barbara's got a Cunard cruise coming up in 6 weeks. So excited. Oh, we love Cunard. So hopefully you'll have a fabulous time too. Jane says, greetings from a sweltering Somerset. So, it's so hot, isn't it? We shouldn't complain, really, because we've had such a miserable... Well, we haven't really been here, but it's been so wet, hasn't it, been in the UK for all the kids' summer holidays. And it's so sad, isn't it? The sun comes out when the kids just go back to school.
No, we get it all for ourselves. Hopefully, Ken will be able to answer this. I should know because I'm going there, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to Somerset, and not this weekend, next weekend, at a place called Beerley. Is that in Somerset? Ken, tell me, because I don't.
Pause off racing next weekend. So our live next week will be Tuesday, but I'll say more about that after. So Team said everyone, even everyone from a sunny Southend. So lovely.
Isn't that pronounced Southend?
Southend.
Yeah.
Morris is here and asking, record September temperatures. Where's the hottest and coldest places you've been? I think when the hottest for me was Petra in Jordan. Remember, we walked all the way down to the Treasury, and it was so hot, and we were just melting.
No, I think the hottest place we've ever been was when we went to Sharm El.
I'm going
to say Sheikh. But that's not what it should be called. It should be something that rhymes with might and begins with an S.
We had a disastrous holiday in Egypt, a land-based holiday.
It was the worst holiday we've ever had by a million miles. And I think that was also the hottest. Because I think
it was really hot.
I think it was about 45 degrees.
Yeah.
But that was a truly awful holiday.
You know, in those holidays when things just go from bad to worse, it was just like 40 Towers, the hotel. It was just atrocious. There was a lot of people in the hotel that had no social etiquette. So there was a lot of upset families. And it was just, you closed the door, the number fell off. It was that sort of holiday, wasn't it? It was awful.
Carole's sister, they put her in a room and she had 2 of her daughters there.
3? No, two. Yeah, two.
She had all three of her daughters, but two of them
Yeah.
were staying in the room with Carole's sister. But there was only two single beds. And when we complained, the manager said, "Oh, you specifically said you only wanted two beds." Despite the fact that there was three of them. And that's the beauty. So I'm going to seamlessly now go back around to Dan, even though he's not watching because he's busy in Goodwood. He might be on here, I don't know. But that's the beauty of having a good travel agent. Not, you know, and I know Jamie's been going on about Igloo this week, which I'm amazed he even tried booking with Igloo because they are truly awful and a waste of time. But the beauty of having a good travel agent is when we got back from the worst holiday ever in Egypt, and we spoke to our travel agent, who at that point, not Dan, I want to point out, at that point, we'd given her a lot of business.
Well, it was co-op.
It
was co-op travel.
Totally hung us out to dry.
Yeah, she did.
And told us that we were liars.
Yeah, even though we had photo footage of all this issues.
Photos, videos.
Building
she said,
work
no,
and...
you're lying.
Yeah.
I've spoken to the hotel manager, and none of that, you're lying.
And we had video footage of it all. But
and then she wondered why I fell out with her.
Yes. No, that was that was using co-op, wasn't it?
Lesson,
but anyway,
lesson learned.
Yes. So Morris also and coldest. What's the coldest place we get?
Oh, the coldest.
The
coldest place I've ever been is when I do something wrong and Carole gives me a look. There's no colder place than that on earth.
On our Northern Lights cruise on Morella Discovery, we went up to Honningsvåg, which is right up into the the highest point of Norway. And I remember getting off, and it was so bitterly cold, but it was bright sunshine, but it was really bitterly cold. But we were all wrapped up, and I loved it because it was so cold, but we were actually quite warm because we dressed appropriately.
I mean, Sean is probably like that today in Edinburgh for Sean, I would have thought.
What wearing his woolies.
Yeah.
Talking of Morris was the one. Guess what we seen Morris in the spa in Polsyth. Because I thought Morris was the one that said, well, I got a picture. We laughed out loud when we seen it because we haven't seen it for ages. But look, Angel Delight. Probably some people thinking, well, we get that in our shop. Well, we haven't seen that in our local shop for a long time, haven't we? No. So that did make us laugh and think of our lives and everyone that comes and chats about all the random things that we talk about. So where were we? So there we are. So let's have a look. Scott is here. He's just been on Queen Mary 2 as well, and looks like he had a fabulous time. Hello from up north.
Yeah.
And Haley brothers are here too. So nice to see you guys from Ringwood, Hampshire. Loved your updates from Cornwall. Looks like you both had a lovely time. We did. Cornwall. See, the thing is with England, the whole of the UK, we've got such fabulous places to go, but the weather's always so brimming rubbish, isn't it? When you get the sunshine in the UK, I don't think you can beat it, can you? It's absolutely fantastic.
It is.
And when we went to Port Isaac, and then I looked at the map and said, oh, there's a place up the road. Let's just drive to Polsyth. Never heard of it before. And we got there, and there's this huge beach, wasn't there? And all the families were having a time. The surfers were out, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is just fabulous.
And question for Haley Brothers is there like a stock car track at Ringwood, or am I totally mixed up?
Don't know.
Sure, tell me.
Let's say then. So let's see who we've got. Any more? Ron says it's 16 degrees in Calgary, sunny and a lot less smoky today. Yeah, you're still having the fires, aren't you, in Canada, which is really crazy. And Tina's saying, look, absolutely loving this chat. Look, any conversation going on before PNC even get there. I know, I love it. We've got such a great cruise community where everyone just chats away and answers everyone's questions. Maybe we don't need to be here.
I don't think we do.
Should we just leave you to it? No, honestly, it genuinely warms our hearts just looking at how well everyone gets on.
They don't ask that question, mate, in case you get the answer you don't want.
What's that?
No, we don't need you here.
No. So Ian's here as well. So from sunny Barrowford. And Brits the ship's here too. Fuel, what's Scotch? Why are we eating Philps pasties?
I'll tell you why you're eating them, because they're bloody lovely. That's why you're eating them.
We had a couple of good pasties in Cornwall, didn't we? We didn't see a Philps.
No.
In Foy.
In Foy, there was lots of different independent bakers there. And
they're so good.
There was a couple of little places in Port Isaac selling pasties. And because we're rock and roll, we did buy a pasty in Polsyth or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And it was from the spa shop.
We did.
It was lovely.
So, yeah, pasties are great. Cornish pasties. Just back from Sail Croatia, loved it. Brilliant. Yeah, we had a fantastic time with Sail Croatia. For those of you who don't know, they're a company that do small, you can't really call them ships, can you really? Small boats sort of sailing, and they do all the tiny little islands around Croatia, and they do different standards of or for different age groups actually. If you've got the party vibe, you can go on a party boat. If you want more of an elegance cruise, which we did, and
because obviously we're very elegant.
Well, and you'd stop for daily swims, and it was amazing.
Yeah, we could do that today, couldn't we?
Yeah, Claire is here. Go, Claire. Even loves all the fans are on it. Say no heat here. It is. And Sean's saying, yes, it is hot in Edinburgh, so that's cool. Paul's here. And so nice to see you, Paul. And Jerry's here. We're watching from a camper van in Southport, and it's not been sunny. Oh. Really? Oh, that's a shame.
That is a shame.
We're off in our camper van in a couple of weeks' time. We've just been sat down working out our route. We're off to the Peak District and to Manchester, and we're arranging some meetups with our patrons and YouTube members. So I'm just trying to work out a route that's going to be where we can able to catch up and do some meetups. So that's we've just sort of half finalised it, haven't we? Which is, yeah, I'm really excited about that. Did you keep moving it again? Howard's here then, right then.
She keeps pushing me out.
And Tom and Dom are here. So nice to see you guys. They've started doing live streams, so make sure you check them out as well. And you did a great job for your first one. It's hard, isn't it? When you sit here for the first time and wonder, when is anyone going to turn up? And two, what you're going to talk about. But there it goes just so fast, doesn't it?
They put a good TikTok on, I noticed as well. We'd had all different sort of lines of film coming in. I don't know how to do that, so can you tell me, please?
Can you teach Paul? Oh, Mandy's out in the garden watching. Very nice. Very nice. So JCL's asking here about Rome. What do you recommend for Rome? Is it easy to explore on your own? Pick up a private tour, or would you recommend the cruise excursion? Rome is a long way from Civitavecchia. So I always get nervous about going that far away. That's more than sort of half an hour away. Doing something independent in case you can't get back. So for me, a cruise excursion would always be preferable. However, even if you bought the transfer, because some cruise lines will just give you a transfer to Rome and back, exploring Rome on your own is very easy. Rome's not very big, is it? When we went,
well, it is, but it's easy to find
compact.
Everything.
Yeah. So I would say use the cruise transport, so you're guaranteed that if your transport is late getting back with that you've booked for the cruise, then the cruise ship won't leave. But do it yourself and just have a plan, just have a walking route, because we did that and it was fab.
Yeah, but when we went to Rome, we were on a cruise.
No, but we still did it in a day because we were only there for 2 nights.
But we knew if we were late back that our hotel wouldn't have sailed away.
No, that's what I'm saying. The importance of getting back. I would just worry. I'm a worrier. It depends on how brave you are. Some people say just get the train. It's ever so easy, and that's fine. For me, that would just stress me out. But everyone's different, aren't they? Question from Mr. BBT. Well, not really. Just wanted to say hi. We're currently in Rome. Enjoy lovely weather and food. Embarkation day tomorrow. They haven't got on yet. So, so have a fabulous cruise. So, Sailing for Cornwall is having plans to cruise with Ambassador. When the ship's about to go in farm for the first time yesterday. When the day takes care of a spectacular water as well. Oh, lovely. We haven't at the moment. We've been looking at going out of Bristol because that's not far from us. And Ambassador do go out of Bristol, but they're longer cruises. And there was one 5-day one, I think, wasn't there? But it doesn't suit our dates. And like we were talking about on Kengo's cruise on his live yesterday, they were looking for something to go out of Bristol because that would be so handy. It's funny you should talk about Falmouth because while we were in Foy, the Spirit of Adventure arrived, and it caused, I don't know if you've heard in the national press, there was all a lot of debate about it. But that Spirit of Adventure had just been from Falmouth and was going on to Portland, wasn't it? They were doing a British Isles cruise. So yes, we'd like to one day, but not yet. Barbara says she loves Doc Martin. Yeah, he's fabbing it. Old Martin Clunes. He's a right grumpy old fella. For those who don't know,
it's like looking in the mirror.
Yeah, he's a GP that's got a phobia of blood, and he's just the most socially inept, isn't he? He hasn't got social skills to communicate. Really.
It's like looking in the mirror.
So if
And
you
he's
haven't
the
seen it,
grumpiest man on the planet.
yes, like looking in the mirror, not my mirror. Right.
You got your own mirror, have you?
Sue saying you got get a fan of Paul's hair is blowing in the wind.
If I'd like that, you can't see me.
Ian's asked, you've been on many cruises. What's your thoughts about all-inclusive repaying for things separately? We prefer all-inclusive, don't we? It's just because it's all up front and you know what you've paid and there's no hidden charges. So many cruise lines now are just sneaking charges in for different things, aren't they? And it's a little frustrating.
Well, they're not even sneaking them in. I've got to be honest with obviously we've got our group cruise with Princess, but their recent announcement that they give all razzmatazz and and cannons going off and flag waving saying, look what we've just done for you. And basically what they just done was taken away some of the free stuff and charged you for other stuff, and they made it sound like they'd done us all a favor. So whoever's doing the marketing there, I have to put my hands up and say that was amazing to turn a negative like that into so-called positive. But you could criticize
Celebrity are talking about removing the gratuities from their all-inclusive.
Celebrity's going to do stuff. Cunard, all the prices have gone up on everything. Drinks packages, drinks, spa, specialty dining, celebrity. Everything is going up. Everything is going up and up and up.
I think when you budget for a cruise, just budget that extra, and then you're prepared for it. Because that's what we tend to do now. Say, right, okay, we've got over and above this. This is the spare budget we've got, that if we wanted to do the other things, then we can do it. But it is, Ian, it is, we just prefer, that's why I think Morella for us. I was just going to say, with Morella for us tick all the boxes, because there's just nothing hidden unless you want specialty dining.
But that's not hidden.
But it's not hidden. It's not hidden.
The trouble is, you have to be so careful on what you say, because not everybody, because none of you lovely people will, but there's people out there that twist your words saying, oh, well, you said there was no hidden cost, but I went to the surf and turf and it was 30 quid. It's like, well, yeah, but I'm sure they told you that when you booked it was 30 quid. But what we mean with Morella, if you go on Morella, you can upgrade the drinks package, but you don't really need to, in our humble opinion. So the last one we did, you get your flights, you get your transfers, you get your cruise, you get all your food, excluding specialty dining, you get all your beer paid for, there's no gratuities to pay, and then you get your transfers back to the airport and they fly you home. And if you don't want any specialty dining and you don't want to upgrade your drinks package, which in our opinion you don't need to, and you don't want any treatment in the spa, and you don't want to buy any Yves Saint Laurent from the shop, whatever that cruise cost when they told you, that's what it's going to cost at the end.
Yeah.
But whereas everything else now is just like, oh yeah, well there's 15% on that, mate, and oh yeah, but because we're in so and so waters, there's tax on that beer today. It's like, well, I mean that was the best one.
The American cruise lines are the worst, because they throw tax on everything.
I was only discussing this the other day, and it didn't even occur to me at the time. Otherwise, I probably would have showed off more. When we did Celebrity Beyond, we bought the drinks package. We spoke to people. We got a couple of mates who work for Celebrity.
Not Celebrity, Paulie. Carnival.
Carnival. We got a couple of friends who work for Carnival. It was Carnival Celebration. That's why I get confused. It was Carnival. So we bought the drinks package, and it was £400 a person for a week. We think, well, that's enough money. But then when I pressed click, it had gone up to £960 because they'd added £160 gratuitous. When we got on the ship, 2 or 3 of the days out the week, we were getting charges for drinks. And so I go to reception, they say, oh yeah, that's tax because you're in international waters. And I never thought of it until about 2 weeks ago. But I didn't buy those drinks in international waters. I bought those drinks when I was sat on my sofa in Gloucester. So why am I paying tax on them? But it's like, no, you get, and you're thinking, well, is that really a tax? Do they get that? I don't know. Well,
it is frustrating, so that's why we prefer an all-inclusive. Yeah, definitely. Donna says it's on the northeast because it's foggy. Be like this for 2 days. Oh wow! So sorry to hear that. Nora's asking, were you ever on a river cruise where no one spoke English? If so, how did you do? No, because our 2 river cruises have been with TUI, which was fabulous, and with Avalon. TUI, it was all Brits, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There was no other nationalities on there. Avalon, it was there were some Europeans, there were some Australians, and there were some Americans, weren't there?
Yeah.
So, but the staff, the first language on there was British, but they all could speak different languages. So no, we haven't experienced that. So I imagine it'd be quite frustrating if you, yeah, I guess so. So Lou's asking, question, isn't Port Isaac beautiful? It is. That hill going down, oh my God, when we got down the bottom, I said to Paul, we got to walk all the way up, and it was so hot. And then this car pulled up, and if you've seen our post...
And you don't have to say the bit that's after. Why you keep writing it in the post? I can't believe it, because that's just rude. But the taxi service, that the shuttle service that will pick you up from the virtually the bottom of the hill in Port Isaac and take you anywhere in the town, because the one car park that we had to park in is completely out of town, and it's about a 25-minute walk, and it's like you need to be a goat to get up there. But the shuttle service is called Port Isaac Shuttle Service, and the first letter of each word is bigger than all the other letters, and it's got at the top, why not take Port Isaac Shuttle Service? And then when Carol's writing this down, and then she's writing Owen for short, it's like, no.
It did make us laugh out loud.
Yeah, but you should.
But anyway, thankfully, the lady from the Port Isaac Shuttle Service was a lovely lady we got chatting to, and it was £4 each. So back all the way up the hill, we took it.
I'd have paid her £40.
Yeah, it was so hot. Who's your favourite Doc Martin character? I love Pen Hale. He's the policeman, isn't he?
Policeman.
I like Bert. Bert, isn't he?
Large.
Yeah, Bert Large. I always feel sorry for Bert because he's always getting into trouble in here or doing something silly.
He's just a big buffoon. It's like looking in the mirror.
Yeah. Who's yours?
Who's mine? I do like Mrs. Tisher. She makes me smile because she got that unrequited love.
She has.
For the doc.
She has.
And I don't know.
But for those who haven't watched it, it's great. Right, Sean's asking, I finally booked the group cruise. Yes, have we seen that, Sean? So thank you so much. How many have we got now? Well, I've got my group cruise book. Look, group cruise. So the running total at the moment is, drum roll please, Paulie Morgan.
Oh no, I was doing that. I was doing Living After Midnight by Judas Priest.
So we've sold 90 cabins and there's 170 people come in. Woo! How amazing is that? So yes, it's a little while off, but I'm sure when it comes it'll be worth it. So it should be great fun. So Sherry's saying, lovely to see Sherry here. Love the hotels we stayed. I love Doc Martin. Get ready to travel for my nephew's wedding. 90 degrees in Charlotte and North Carolina. Hopefully it'll be cooler in the mountains. Yeah, hopefully. We'll have a lovely time. So Heather's also asking, how's your back? So it's on the mend, isn't it, Paulie? I've just been smothering him with Tiger Balm, which is... what's the matter?
On my bedside cabinet, there's been a can of DP for as long as I can remember. And DP, I don't know if you, for Americans, Canadians, whatever, who don't know, it's like a spray, but it's like a heat spray. And it smells sort of very mentally like Tiger Balm. You can smell that it's going to have some heat in it, and it's good for muscle pulls and stuff. So when we got home, Carole always takes Tiger Balm wherever we go because my back's legendary for like.
Well, and they're really good for bites.
Yeah,
if you get any sort of mozzie bites and stuff.
So when we get home, Carole's like, the trouble is that bloody Tiger Balm, it smells, and you like when you on your hands, you've got a job to get the smell off it. So if Carole will find a glove from somewhere, and I said, well, you don't need to worry about that. I said, because I got that can of DP on the bedside cabinet, and so I go and get it, bring it down, and I did a little squirt to make sure the aerosol was still working. And Carole said, well, yeah, well, how long's that been there? That's be out of date by now. And it was 9 years out of date.
So often he sorts his stuff out. Kevin B said he's in the pub. Listen later at home, all my best. No problem, Kevin.
So Kevin, when you we'll listen in later. So when you listen later at home, that park you took us to, that was just down past where the Metal Bull is, And you said to us, there was that little party that we went into, and you said, oh, in the early Law and Orders,
Yes.
they used to sit in this park and have a chat and have a sandwich, and it always featured. Well, it's just featured again in an episode of FBI, which is also by
we
the
were like, oh, we were there, we sat there.
You know, there's a woman just been murdered. She's led on the road there. And there's me and Carole going, woo, we sat on that bench. Yes.
Yes.
She hadn't been murdered, really. It was just pretend television.
Yes,
But it was like, so obviously the outside location people, they must really, really like that part. But it's just so weird. And I think that's the thing about going to New York, is there's so many places that you look at, oh, I recognise that, I recognise that. But it's the first time ever, because I've never been there before, that I've actually watched television after the event. And we both, we watched a little bit of it, and then it went past that scene, and I stopped because we were watching it on our Sky thing. And Carole said, what are you doing? I said, I'm going to wind it back. And she said, why? I said, well, you'll know why when I wind it back. So I wound it back and started playing it again. And straight away she's like, oh my God, that's the part we sat in.
Yeah.
And it's just weird that you see stuff.
Yeah. It's so familiar, isn't it?
So familiar. Bonkers.
So Amanda's here from a very muggy Blackpool. A muggy Blackpool, yeah, it is, isn't it? So lovely to see you. And Sherry's off on her bike in Rhine River Cruise next week, so I'm sure you'll have a fabulous time. Rhine's lovely with all them castles.
Oh, it's fabulous.
Yeah, it is.
It's the most amount of castles in the shortest space of time in the world.
Not the space of time.
A space of distance.
Yeah.
Well, it is space of time, unless you're just in the same place if you move it.
Scott is just saying, QM2 does lead a little TLC plan for November, apparently. Still an amazing ocean line.
Oh, it's fabulous.
Exactly. Yeah, we did. I don't know if you've seen our reels, and it's going out on shorts, isn't it? Very soon. We did. Paul did with his big pole. He hung it out of our shelter balcony, and we did a big. It's had a lot of hits on our reels, and you can see the exterior is very rusty. Our balcony was very rusty. Interior is looking a little bit dated in parts, but actually that was still clean and fine. But yeah, it definitely does need it. Yeah. We thought it was October, but is it November? But yeah, definitely, we totally agree, Scott, as it does. But still an amazing ocean liner it is. So Lewis saying, good evening, Paul and Carole. It was great meeting you and Jane recently on the QM2 Translate. Thanks for spending time to chat. Andy, Sue and Lewis. Oh, yeah. Thanks, guys, for coming and obviously saying hello to us. Well, Sue kept stalking us.
Well, it's a great one, didn't you? I think we saw them about 5 times a day.
Yeah,
but
it was fab, yeah. It was. So thanks for coming to say hi, because it was lovely to meet all of you too.
I mean, we'll have to tell Jane, because you won't be watching. Or June, as Kevin calls it.
So Paul said it's 23 degrees in muggy Preston. So everywhere's warm, aren't they, apart from the northeast? Would you recommend transit cruise for a first cruise, or is it better to try some with more ports first? I think trying a cruise with more ports first is a sensible idea, because a transatlantic cruise doesn't give you a sense of what a regular cruise is about, because you've got 7 days at sea. You still experience the ship, which is amazing, and how we did it, going to New York first and doing that back, was just perfect for us. So I would say I'd recommend a transatlantic, a regular cruise where you have ports, definitely.
And what I would also recommend is do a 7 day. I know it sounds daft, so do a short cruise. Do a 7. The trouble is with short cruises is you'll get non-cruise. I know it sounds like such a weird thing to say. You'll get non-cruising people doing 3 and 4 day cruises, and because they're non-cruising people, they go on there and they treat it like a booze cruise, and they just get absolutely hammered for 3 or 4 days, and so you also won't get a true cruising experience. Yeah. Whereas I feel with like a 7 day cruise, people are unlikely to do a 7 day cruise if they just want to get on the lash for 7 days. So some people do, but it's like we did one of the Cunard cruises we did to Hamburg, and what was unique, and I don't know if they still do it, it was actually 2 2-day cruises. So you go Southampton to Hamburg, which takes 2 days. You have overnight in Hamburg, then 2 days back. But you can do the back-to-backs, 2 and 2, or you can do the 2 and get off in Hamburg, or you can get on in.
There's lots of variations.
There's lots of variations. So what it meant was that there was a lot of drunkenness on there, and it certainly wasn't in keeping with what I would say would be a normal cruise experience. I mean, if you like going on there and getting absolutely
4-day cruises and that great.
Yeah.
And we've done quite a few of them and thoroughly enjoyed them. But I think for your first cruise, it doesn't give you a true concept of what cruise is about.
But what would be good is if you do something at Southampton, you'll get 3 or 4 ports, so you'll get 2 or 3 sea days.
Yeah.
Or maybe, say 3 sea days.
Depends where you're going.
Depending on where you're going.
Yeah.
So you'll then get the taste of, I did like the cruising side of it, but I really didn't like the sea days. Or you might think, actually, because we love sea days.
Yeah.
And you might think it's like, and on the Queen Mary, it's the best ship to have a sea day on because it's the most sturdy ship you'll ever
for a transatlantic.
For a transatlantic, it's fabulous.
Yeah. So hopefully that's answered your question. Haley Brother said that I work in Southampton. I have to drive past the port most mornings. Saw the lovely Kim2 glistening in the sunshine on Monday. Yes. Life in the Park's here. Lovely to see you. We're both good, thank you. And Alfie's here as well. Good evening, chaps. Good evening, Alfie. Oh yes, Life in the Park's watching Palmer before an early flight to Marseille to board the Norwegian Epic. Yes, Nicola did say so. Have a fab time. Where's Paulie gone?
Well, I thought we opened the door.
Right.
But I'm going to get some water while I'm at.
Yes. So have a fabulous time on Epic. Look forward to chatting to you when you get back and seeing what you think.
And just to go back to Alfie Garnett, it was his team that knocked the mighty Spurs out of the cup, and they were very deserving winners. I'd just like to put that on the record. Because our silly manager, who's a very good manager, was a bit of a silly Billy on the night and picked a rubbish team. But the best team won on night.
Scott is saying hiring bikes in Rotterdam's good fun. Fantastic bike lanes, but don't they get busy? I'd be a bit nervous because you have to be very cautious when you're walking anywhere in Rotterdam that you don't get knocked over by a bike because they're just aren't they?
Yeah, they
really
don't take
big
no
time.
prisoners.
Oh, look who's here, Kate Clow. Hey! Kate is our friend Deb, who got married to Stephen Foy. This is her daughter who's in the process, and I'm so excited about this, of making me a travel bag with all my logo on it. Well, all our logo. Paul and Carole loves to travel logo and what and right then. So I can't wait. She says she's nearly there. She was going to tempt me with some photos when we were away in Foy. I said, no, don't show me, because I want to see the finished article on. And it sounds, from what I've heard the snippets, it sounds amazing.
Rumour has it I have to have a fit in, and she's going to make me a man bag.
Yes, to fit a big pole in.
Yeah.
So lovely to see you here, Kate. So say hi to Evie and the clan and Jack. So it was lovely spending time with you guys. We had such a laugh. It was fabulous. Sheraton, welcome to your golden years. Is that because you got bad back?
The sad thing is, Sherry.
Look what Andrew's saying.
Yeah.
Paul, do you want my Tottenham Hotspur tablecloth? It's no good to me as it keeps slipping down the table.
Well, in all fairness, that is a good joke, and it would be funny if we weren't second in the league. And even Carole can't believe that.
Well,
so there's only Man City who spent £753 billion on players, which still isn't as much as Chelsea spent, by the way. But yes, a very good joke, but shut face.
So which cruise line has decent in-cabin TV and movies? Wife is a night bird, and after a busy day, enjoy watching a movie in the evening. Celebrity selection this year was dire. Cunard have a good selection, don't they? Because remember when we were on Queen Elizabeth, we had a 10-day cruise, and not often, but a few times we had some afternoons in the cabin, and also in the evening we had dinner and came back and watched a film.
Cunard's good. Princess has got they've got like a library you can select from, which is all included, and they've got a ton of films and a ton of TV programs as well. Can't remember about Carnival, but definitely Princess, definitely Cunard. Not sure about P&O, to be honest.
No,
but, so not much out, but definitely Cunard, definitely
Princess. Oh, Brits on the Ship, Sandra's saying that they've got the rooftop garden grill celebrity on. Yes, the garden grill, that's right. So he's saying Viking had a really good selection of films.
Oh, there you go. Because that area where the grill is, we went up there one night, and it's a beautiful area. and there was tons of stuff going on the ship, and they had a really good band on there. And we went up, and this band was playing on this outside garden bit, which Sandra, you know what I'm talking about, by the grill. And there was 3 people sat there watching them because there was so much going on around the ship, and I just felt so bad.
Yeah, but there was
not
so
bad
much.
enough that we stayed and watched them.
No, exactly.
We had other places to be, you know.
Ken says you are going to Somerset, so there,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah, so I mean, it'd be rude not to drink the best cider in the world in the county it comes from.
Paulie actually in Cornwall we were saying we had the most amazing fish pie, and Paul had mussels in a the white wine sauce. What's it called? No, it's not. It's called 63 mussels. He getted them,
and they said that. Of course, it's all come around to me now. I was just about to say they said they were river mussels, but where we were staying, and we kept thinking that we're looking out to the sea, but where we were actually looking out over was the River Foy.
Yeah,
but that is only about 200 yards from the sea. So when the Saga ship was docked up, it was docked in the river. But yeah, I had these river mussels. They were absolutely fantastic. And I went to the bar,
really nice.
And I've only seen this once before, and that was when we were in Guernsey.
Yes.
And it was Thatcher's Gold, dark
fruits
or dark berries. I think Strongbow's dark fruits. And I've seen it, but every time I've asked for it, they've never had it. But they did have it in this pub, and I have to say it was delish.
I had a slurp as well. It was really nice. Yeah. So John and Andrina's Adventures Before Dementia. So evening all greetings from sweaty Cambridge, off on Enchanted Prince in 2 weeks. Can't wait. Got a window suite. So excited. Oh yeah, beautiful ship. Beautiful, beautiful ship. So have a fabulous time. And Crafty Chimps just booked Iona for next year for Norwegian Fjords. Fabulous. Yeah, Norwegian Fjords is amazing. And we thoroughly enjoyed Iona, didn't we? So Andy and Christine's here. The Cotswold couple from Morton and Marsh just got back this afternoon from a trip outside the county. Had a lovely few days of R&R in Weymouth. Nice. Yes. Corinne said the coldest place she went to is Calgary at New Year a couple of years ago. Yeah, when we've spoken to when we were over the Calgary, he was saying how cold it gets. It's just crazy.
So just
Ken go cruising. Will Paul be buying a new outfit to go on the boys' Virgin cruise? Last night on Ken's Ken and Lindsay's live, there was laughing about having a boys' cruise on Virgin. You know, Paul's not a fan of Virgin. So...
I genuinely think that Ken thinks I am a fan of Virgin. I'm not a fan of Virgin, and Ken, when you buy a drink on Virgin, you'll realise why I'm not a fan of Virgin. Because it's like 10 quid for 3/4 of a pint of lager.
You just got to make sure you get a deal with lots of sailors' loot.
So if you're...
Because they don't call onboard credit Virgin, they call it sailors' loot.
Because they're silly billies and they have to call something of a stupid name, like you're not in your cabin. Where are you?
In your... what do they call it? Sandra's here. Sandra will know.
Yeah, some stupid name. But the drink costs a fortune. I'd love to do a boys' group cruise, but definitely not on Virgin. I need something that's going to be more all-inclusive, 3 or 4 dayer, and like that cruise I was talking about just now, where we're just going to be
on
lovely. It. I couldn't afford to do that on Virgin.
No.
Because it would cost you about... Well, I bought... we got to the...
But for those of you who don't know, sorry to interrupt, if you don't drink, Virgin actually, all their soft drinks are free.
Yes.
So Virgin's very good if you don't drink.
Yeah. But if you do drink, now bearing in mind that soft drinks are free, I bought a Woodford Reserve and Diet Coke. Now, bearing in mind soft drinks are free, and that cost me $15. So that was $15 just for the bourbon.
Anyway, Sean's here saying, for a while now, Marathon watch terrestrial TV. We enjoy your vlogs instead of getting through them. Thanks. Oh, thanks for watching. Appreciate that. And there's the conversation about Angel Delight going on. There's again butterscotch.
No. Well, Will likes Man United, doesn't he? So he's bound to like the obscure flavour of butterscotch.
And Claire said we bought a butterscotch Angel Delight from
Sainsbury's
last weekend.
Claire.
Morris is still giving it a thumbs up. Look. And yeah, lots of thumbs up for Angel Delight.
Well, not butterscotch, so surely.
Look, Barbara's saying, we love hearing it, couldn't do without you. Oh, and Haley Brothers is saying, yes, you're right. Matcham's race with jet side of Ringwood. Spent plenty of time watching the Bang racing as a kid.
Yes. Yeah. I've been there a couple of times. in my life. Not race there, but I've been there to watch because even Carole, Carole, you come bang a race with me a few times.
I
didn't you?
did. I find it a little bit too, like, a bit rough and ready. Well, the first time I went, you took me to Wimbledon, and I was watching it, and no joking, these cars were ending up just squashed, like how the person got out of the driving seat, and I was thinking, oh god, this isn't for me. It was a bit too
It was
too rough.
About 2 laps in, a car got squashed to about an eighth its normal size, and it was bad because they stopped the race, and normally they don't stop it with banger racing. Anyway, they cut this bloke out, and when he walked across the track, he was limping. And Carole said, "Oh, I think he's hurt his leg." And I said, "No, I don't think he's hurt his leg. I think he might have pooed himself."
Paulie, you don't need to say that. I might have would have been scared if you were in there.
Well, you nearly did, and you already watched
it.
it.
I didn't like it. Dawn Davis, I've learned a thing tonight because you're watching on TV. You can use the speaker button on the TV remote to say like video, and then it likes you. Yes, so you can to give us a thumbs up, which if you don't mind doing, if you enjoy our lives, make sure you give us a thumbs up because it's always good to let YouTube know that you enjoy our content. So please do that. Frank and Jen's just asking, what time of year is best to visit the UK? May, June, September. We really want to plan a trip there, 2024, 2025.
The answer to that question is nobody knows. Because it's now, I mean, we had rubbish weather in
August.
April, May was rubbish.
May, June's normally a good, it's just difficult one, very difficult. So I would have, like say, the summer holidays and we tend to get more rain now, don't we? July, August. So May, June or September would probably be, we've had some fantastic Octobers too, haven't we? But I would probably plump for sort of May, June, because normally around our wedding anniversary and stuff, it's really quite warm, isn't it? We've had some, but it is difficult. It's just so, and the weather around the world's just changing, isn't it? It's all rather bizarre. Rosie, your highlight of the week. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rose.
It's 105 in Tucson today.
105. How many C's is that?
Well, 30 of these, 60, 90, 35, 70. That's about, I'm going to say about 36.
Yeah, wow.
So, but that's just to say, that's only about what it is in Claire's back garden. So,
yeah. So, so that's Scott saying, I'm thinking in the Northwest to go get together and meet up. Maybe we could invite PNC up again. What about the regional tours from PNC? We are doing that, Scott, for our Patreons. We're heading to the Manchester area soon. So, because it's been so lovely meeting everyone on our travels. So we're doing that. Plans are in progress. Is Maggie in Hertfordshire as well? And Ian's agreeing. May, I think is, or May, June, I think is best for a UK trip too.
But May, like I said, May this year, because that was when a lot of my early season racing stuff were taking place, and it was all completely washed out.
And Scott, I posted about reading before you said you're coming to Manchester. And Jason said, "Don't want to start rain next week because they're going Victoria to Amsterdam, probably." It does look a bit showery, doesn't it, coming? So whether it'll start turning again. Tom and Dom says, yeah, their first live was very nerve-wracking. It is, isn't it? It's hard, but it's good. It's good to do it. And it's a great way to build a community like this, isn't it? It's just fabulous. Kansas City as well is very hot. We're getting haze all the way down from the Canadian fires. Wow. What's that mean? Paul, are you a fan of Ange Ball? Come on, you Spurs. Ang Ball. Who's Ang Ball?
It should be Ange Ball. Should be an E on that. That's our manager name is Ange Postecoglou.
Is it?
Yes. And Ange Ball is Tottenham's new style of football where it's a very quick pass and move. It's very entertaining to watch. And yes, I'm a massive fan. Even from the first game of the season, I was very encouraged, which I watched in New York, actually. And even though we drew, I said to Carole, I was very, very encouraged by that performance. And yes, it's continued thus far, apart from the cup game when we made 9 changes. And I wasn't a fan of Ange Ball. Anyway, enough about football.
Yes. Are you going to give Virgin another go, Paulie, back in Portsmouth next year?
Well,
I'd like
I
to.
never say never about
Yeah,
anything.
I'd like to.
But I think right from day one, so Virgin have just bought a new ship out. It's going to be exactly the same as the other two
Well,
ships. Which you can say that about a lot of the
they've
princess
just
ships.
announced that Brilliant Lady's actually been delayed. They're not bringing it out as they thought they would, and Valiant Lady's taking on all of those itineraries. So whether I'm not sure. It says it gave a whole list of reasons. So yeah.
But this is
But we've said we talked a lot about
but I'm just
Virgin,
going to say
haven't we?
this. It's no good you grabbing my leg on the table because they can't see you telling me to shut up. It's like I've said this from day one. When Virgin came out and it was going to be like £1,600 for 4 nights, you don't get any drinks, and they genuinely believed that people were going to pay that, which they never were in a million years. Paying full up on a Virgin cruise is like DFS not having a sale. Whenever I see a Virgin cruise advertised, it's £600 off. It's always free sailors' leave. It's always this, is that, and it's still not overly cheap, but it's sort of round about the price it should be. But the money they're asking for stuff is bananas, and one of the biggest things that wound me up was how poor the tech was, considering that I know somebody's going to put me right now and say it's nothing to do with them, but Virgin's got a tech company. What they ought to do is get somebody off there to
hopefully
do
it's improved. Well, we ought to try it.
But we've done it
I
twice
love the
already.
hammock. The hammock for me was just amazing.
And I speak as I find. When I saw bloggers and people putting stuff on with a hammock on the balcony, I said to Carole at the time, it's the stupidest thing I've seen for many a long year. And then when I got in the hammock, apart from the fact I hit my head, but that was my own fault, I thought, oh my God, this is amazing. And I I'll say it how it is. But it's just things like, does anybody use the boxing ring that's on the promenade deck?
Anyway, just want to say thanks, Amanda, for your generous contribution. Always enjoy your lives. Always cheers me up, thumbs up.
Yes, thank you.
So thank you so much. Appreciate that. And Brits on Chips just saying here, I will scroll back up. But seeing the Portsmouth Resilient Lady date's got our eye on one. Sad you won't be joining us. You love the stringy cheese piece from Valiant, though, Port. You did. You did. So let us know, Sandra. Send us a message what you're thinking of doing, because we could pencil it. Because I would like to try, because it was fun, wasn't it? And if there's a big group going, it always adds to the hilarity.
Yeah, but the last time we went with the big group, we all got COVID.
Yes, but but these things happen. Yes, but the Cotswold Company said they have half a bowl of chocolate, Angelite, then half butterscotch on top, and let it set.
Oh,
not sure about that.
I mean, I don't know if that's put the cat right amongst the pickles, hasn't it?
And Will from the show said, whenever I see P&C things, a cruise line, I remember what's an abbreviation for. Yes, it's on our logo on a little ship, like it's our own ship. Tina's saying, sounds like I'll be booking a Virgin cruise if you change your mind. I think it'll be fun to have a go. So let's have a look. Where were we with the questions? Because I don't want them. That was Lewis. So let's see. Yeah, Paul's going back to the all-inclusive. We notice all-inclusives are disappearing. The prices aren't coming down. The more expensive Azamara and Ocean are starting to look better value. Do you know, it's right. The prices aren't coming down. We're just trying to plan a trip to Asia. We've got quite an exciting trip coming up February and March next year with certain elements to it. And we used to go to Thailand all the time, and we could get a flight to anything between sort of 500 and 800. Looking at flights to Thailand now at £1,200, £1,300. So it's just not cruising. I think it's travel the whole, but it is frustrating. And Rose Bruce is just saying as well about Masters and Cruise, they're all inclusive 18%. Yeah, I did see that too. So, and they're not cheap to get on, are they, Ambassador? I really thought that they would be sort of a budget, sort of P&O prices, because P&O actually, from a price
P&O
base are very good.
Got to be one of the best values for money cruise lines out there.
Yeah.
But it's just what they need to do. If they could just sort out the grumpy service, because they got fabulous entertainment. Yeah. They got good food. The drinks, even though I know they put their drinks package up, the drinks on a pay-as-you-go basis,
Yeah, they're not expensive.
Are not overly expensive anyway.
Not at all.
Because it's what, like with P&O, that their drinks they say are pub prices, which they are, and then Cunard say that our drinks are of a typical London pub, but I didn't realise that the Savoy was what they meant as a typical London pub.
Cunard are expensive. Sean's just saying, did Nick have a great time on Anthem when they do the Dodgems? Yes, we did the Dodgems.
I think that was the beginning of the Anthem. Oh, we got battered.
My God, we did.
I used all my autographs racing prowess to smash
wind everyone up,
smash everybody
so everyone then
smithereens.
picked on her, and we were getting mullered.
Yeah. Even the security lady came up to us after and asked,
"Are you all right?" Yeah.
Carole had whiplash.
Oh my God! Well, I had a whole strap mark across the red. It was red raw.
I think I got a mug red where somebody hit me.
Yeah, exactly.
But other than that, it was great fun.
Paul saying we have a 2-week cruise book for next month after watching your content. Everything is in, including flights, transport, drinks. Can't go wrong. Exactly that. We'll have a fabulous time. Yeah, River cruise is great. Yeah, I'm sure you will too. Yeah, John's asking that how can they charge taxes when in Freeport? Well, we don't know. We don't know. Stephen Payne. Oh my gosh, on board Queen Mary 2, maybe a bit biased, but it's just fabulous. Stephen, are you Stephen Payne, the famous architect that actually designed Queen Mary 2? Because we've been told that there's been a Stephen Payne in our chats, and if it is you, thank you so much for designing an amazing ship. But do let us know. If you're too shy, then...
And if it's not you, I've got to take a picture to show that you're on here.
Oh, wow.
The irony of this could be that we've got a lot of people with the same name as famous people or who look like famous people.
Yes.
You haven't got a picture on. Should I be worried? I don't even know what Stephen Payne looks like. So even if you did have a picture.
Oh, dear. But you'd be interested.
I'm just going to Google,
are you the famous man?
Where is Stephen Payne, QM2 designer, right now?
Yeah, this says on board Queen Mary 2. See, the internet's got them a lot better, hasn't it, on Cunard? That's one, we thought, well, as you know, because we did our live from there. Mandy said they put 4 all-inclusive cruises there, 3 of them upcoming, all thanks to your Voyager content. We loved our first one, Explore so much. Highly recommend. Yeah, can't go wrong with Morella. It's great fun. And Barbara saying she likes Morwena and Pauline. Get docked through almost anything. That's true. Morwena's the young girl, isn't it? The receptionist.
Morwena. They've always had good receptionists in that program because Catherine Parkinson used to be the receptionist on there years ago, who's gone on to loads of stuff. She was in the IT crowd and things like that. But yeah, the girl who plays Morwena, and isn't she what's his face Large's girlfriend?
Yeah, the son. Bert's son.
Yeah.
Who's Pauline? Oh, the blonde girl. The blonde is it the blonde Pauline? I can't think. Chris is saying, hi everyone. I've just booked a 10-day Alaskan cruise on Queen Elizabeth to June 2024. Also doing a trip through the Rockies, including the Rocky Mountain there. Can't wait. Oh, you're in for a treat. That was absolutely fabulous. So enjoy.
And are you still not Carole's cousin?
No, he's still not my cousin. Let's have a look. See. So Tech Wizardess. Hello from Beverly Hills. California's going to be hot this weekend. We're going on a 10-day last cruise out to Vancouver on Majestic Princess. Enjoy.
Tech Wizardess, I'm going for.
Tech Wizardess.
Dress has got an R after the D.
It's got, Wizardess. Anyway, how does Morella food compare to other lines? There are plenty of negative reviews about it. To be fair, we've had good food on Morella. It's not exceptional. But the standard food we had on last Voyager cruise in the kitchens and in the main dining room was, to be fair, good.
What we did when we went on Voyager, because we tried to go everywhere so we could try and do as many reviews as possible, most of which we're behind with because we've had so much going on, which is like our own silly faults, but it's been amazing. So we tried to go to every single place. So we only went to the main dining room once. And
twice. We did a lunch and a dinner.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, we only went there twice, but we only went once in the evening. And it was a gala night, and it was a bit of a bun fight. and it was quite disorganized. But I didn't feel there was anything wrong with food. But I thought the food in the kitchens
It was an unusual menu,
Yeah, it
wasn't it,
was,
for
yeah.
gala night? But we said on our vlogs that we felt that the staff in the dining room were up against
Yeah.
it. But the standard in the kitchens, the flavour of the food, the taste of the food, the variety, I thought was very good. And specialty restaurants that we ate in, all of them were
All
very
good,
good.
yeah.
And also, we had fantastic food in Abula and in Nonna's.
Yeah.
So we felt that, you know, for us, the food was very, very good. I don't think you can compare it to like the buffets and the stuff that you get on like Celebrity and Royal Caribbean.
But having said that, Anton Glen has recently done Royal Caribbean, and they said that the buffet in there is like seriously gone down.
Yeah.
So
I guess
it's all
it swings and roundabouts.
it's all relative to your. We can only tell you what we've experienced and what what other people have told us that they've experienced.
Yeah, Lou's saying, love the concept of Port Isaac service, just as good as the ice cream shop you post. Yeah, Game of Cones. That was funny in for you, wasn't it? You see that there was Game of Cones. Kevin's B said it was a bowling green. Was that does you mean
the park?
I don't know.
I thought he was in the pub.
He was, yeah. Yeah, we thought you were in the pub. Yeah. Kevin's asking, will you be bringing your big pole racing the week after next?
Oh, maybe I will, Ken. Why do you want to hold my big pole, Ken, to see what it's like?
Oh, and Jerry said that was a fantastic Judas Priest drum roll, Paul. He said I should know. Yes.
Oh, coming from the main man. I haven't seen Dave Holland on here tonight. Actually, obviously, with Jerry would know, the drummer with Judas Priest.
Philip is just saying that Q are doing short cruise drink packages now for £90 per person per night for cruises 5 nights and under. Yes, we've seen that, didn't we? On the $90 per person a day is expensive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Grumpy Dad's just asking, good evening, I recently saw your review of Adara. What did you do in Vegas? As I didn't find any other vlogs. Love Vegas. We didn't do a vlog series about Vegas because we were just there concentrating on having a good time with my sister for her 60th. We did all sorts. We went to all the hotels on the strip. So we went to obviously New York, the one in Paris, all the themes and experienced all those. We spent time at the Bellagio watching the fountains. We spent time with friends, Bob and Holly in St. Broads that were there.
Went to Cabo Wabo for a meal.
Yes, we got lots of good food. It was fab, but no, we didn't do a vlog series about that because we've got so much content to get through. We just enjoyed my sister's birthday. Tony's late to the party, but he's here. So Barbara's asking, does Holland America still have movies you can get from the front desk? No, they had a good selection. They had quite a good selection on their TV. Or did we?
Do you know I can't?
We didn't really on our Alaska cruise. We were the Canucks, weren't we? So we were out most evenings. So we didn't.
It sounds like such a sort of blasé thing to say, but I can't remember. When I'm sort of led in the cabin watching the telly, they sort of all blend into one. But
Caroline's asking, do you take on carry-on luggage as well as suitcases? We do. If so, do you take a flight bag, cabin case, or rucksack? Well, we've just recently...
yes.
Yeah, all of those. We've just recently changed, actually, to getting a little cabin case and to put in our rucksack on, because we both had rucksacks, and with Paul's back being a little bit dodgy, we decided to get the little carry-on case to put the rucksack on. So, but when my friend Kate's finished the bag, my bag's going to go on top of the little cabin case. So yes, we do take both. And what we've recently been doing as well with our at the end of a cruise, we used to always get our cases ready, keep a few bits and pieces in a bag, and then put our cases outside our cabin door and then pick them up from the port. But the last few times we've just packed up in the morning, haven't we? Checked everything in the case and taken them off ourselves. And that was being really easy. Yeah. And then you don't have to worry about, have I packed this? Have I packed that? So let's have a look. Regent Ocean have great selections of TV. So Sherry said, Regent, I know have great selections. And Tina said about P&O, they've always found. So that's good. So yeah, and John said he just booked a cruise to Azura Canaries. Could not believe the price. Yeah, P&O got some very good deals. Yeah. So let's have a look, because I'm conscious we've gone over time, but we'll carry on answering people's questions. Haley's asking, have you tried Brother Cider?
No, I think, are you advertising now, Haley? You've got no clue there, have you? What's her name, Annie?
Oh, Haley Brothers.
Oh, there's no flies on her. I have, and my brother does drink it as well, but you'll never get me away from Thatcher's Gold if it's available. But yes, I have tried it. My brother drinks all sorts of weird stuff. I don't.
Yeah. And Will from the Shy Sister, your 490 put towards a Bloody Mary and Thatcher. So thank you very, very much. There's so many comments here. I don't think we can get through them all, but let's just scroll down and see. Oh my gosh. Mark, the government Air Canada has just issued an apology for kicking 2 passengers off a plane for refusing to sit in vomit-smeared seats. Oh dear.
Well, what surprises me with that is not the vomit smeared seats, but the fact that Air Canada just apologised, because they were truly awful. Yeah. They were the worst carriers we've ever been on.
Paul, sorry, we know, but how do you become a patry thingy? So
the trouble is, Kevin Austin's not in the house.
No, but Sean's here. Sean is on the case. He's all over it.
He's a top man.
He is a top man. Absolutely. So you can find all the information there. So Sean's one of our patrons as well. And he's a good egg. So let's have a look, see what we've missed.
And our patry thingy, we've got 4 different tiers, I believe, but they start from as little as £1 a week.
Yes.
So,
and you just get some extra content. You get content to chat to us every day on our Discord. We're organising now because we've had so many people want to meet us, which is brilliant, but we can't physically meet everyone. It'll just be impossible. So we decided to, obviously with our patrons and YouTube members, they take priority because they support us in the way that they do. So we're going to be doing meetups. We do, you get early release for our videos. In fact, I've got a little thing here.
Before you put a thingy on, let me just say this, before you click on anything. This is a wonderful, we've got a thing called Discord, whereas if you're a Patreon, we've got like a WhatsApp group, but it's called Discord. This is how wonderful our Discord group is. We've got one of our members in Discord who've never met another member who's from a different country, but is it our group cruise?
Yeah.
But for our group cruise, the one person is going to give the other one a lift from London to Southampton and take it back again.
Yeah.
That's how cool and how amazingly lovely our Discord group is, and all you lot on here tonight. Yes. So it's not just all about getting the video a few days early or whatever. We've got this constant Discord chat going on.
Yeah.
And it is just a wonderful, wonderful place to be.
It is. So there's some of the benefits of joining our Patreon. As I say, it's one of our favourite places where we chat to everyone all the time. And I think it's important to say about the early access videos because they're ad-free. At the moment, YouTube are changing their way that we could select before. When we, as creators, we can put what ads that we want in. So I always like to have skippable ads. So people, if they don't want them, they can skip them. But now YouTube are changing all those parameters. So I've got a feeling that, and we're not going to have a choice about it, they're going to flip more videos in our videos that go out for general access. So for those that hate all that, just, for £1 a week, you'll get all our videos without any ads.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, let's go back to the comments because we had so many lovely comments. So Anne's just saying we love our Discord chat. We do, Anne. It's fab there, isn't it? So Mick Connor saying just got off Sky Princess last week. So much was a guest speaker on the last C-Day. Never seen a 5-minute standing ovation for a guest speaker in a packed theatre.
He is a top
man.
We were very fortunate enough to meet Simon on a sand cruise actually, and it was one of the naming ceremonies.
Yeah.
And so he wasn't a guest speaker; he was just on there with his wife, who was lovely. We met him at check-in, and then when we went to the show the one night, he was sat behind us, and we got chatting. And he is just the nicest man you'd ever wish to meet. He's a top man.
Yeah, lovely, really, really lovely. So I can see why he got a 5-minute standing
Yeah.
ovation. He's just inspirational.
Yeah.
So Andy and Christina saying they love the names, the patient names. Yeah, Teresa Green or Wendy House. Yeah. So Kevin B said had to come back to work as Bowling Green Park behind the Bulls.
Oh, yeah.
Oh! Yeah, there was that bull that's in by
You could probably get away with you maybe need to take it off the screen, but that's a bit more of a swear word in England than it is in America.
Yes. Yes. But there was people having pictures there, wasn't it? It was all a bit bizarre.
Telling their kids, go on and cut them, that's it. It was small, Nanny.
Yeah, it was all a bit strange. So Julie's asking, hi from Australia, I've been on a river cruise, but read that Drake floods can derail a planned cruise. Which month might be the least risky? Yes, it can. July and August in Europe is probably the most riskiest when rivers get dry, so that they can't then, the boats can't go from one place to another, and then you go places by coach.
You end up doing a coach tour.
So in August particularly, because the later in the season.
It's such a bummer because you want to go when it's the best weather, but when it's the best weather, there's the risk of the water being too low. So you're almost better off going when it's weather, because there'll be sufficient rain to keep the rivers at the level that will be required to get boats.
Exactly. Pauline was the first red-headed receptionist in Morwena, and when Al got married. Yes. And producer is married to Martin Clunes.
So was Pauline, is that Catherine Parkinson?
I don't know.
Because she's a redhead.
And Julie saying, question, knowing how much you enjoy Celebrity Bond, I tempted with Apex coming next year. As soon as they came out, we looked, and the prices were just crazy. So we have a book. We are keeping an eye because we would love to do another Edge class ship for sure. And Amanda's saying that she's got 2 Christmas cruise booked in the Rhine. Oh, that'll be magical. Well, I keep saying to Paul, I'd like to do a Christmas, a December river cruise. I didn't want to be away for Christmas because I felt quite homesick. But definitely. But we're in the Caribbean in December, aren't we, before Christmas this year? For those that you don't know, Azamara, we had issues with them. Well, not with them. We had 90% of our cruise was great, but we had issues with guest relations, which all went a bit pear-shaped, and we had a bit of a difficult time. But they've given us a full apology, Azamara, of the way that we were treated, and they've offered us a replacement cruise, which we're taking in December. Yes. So,
and yes, Pauline is Catherine Parkinson, who I was on about. And on the subject of that, we had the most fantastic comment on our Azamara video only yesterday.
Yeah,
that was like the longest thing you've ever said, that was basically saying that we were liars about what happened on Azamara because he hadn't seen anything else about it on the internet.
Yeah.
So we must be lying. Yeah. And all we are is just moaning bloggers, and that's why all the cruise lines hate us.
Yes. That was a lovely message to read.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, Sean's just saying, love our monthly Zoom, such a laugh. Yes, we got that coming up on Sunday. That's the other thing we do with our Patreons. We those that are on our top tier, we sit and we chat for sometimes more than an hour and a half, just about all things. It's just lovely to see people's faces as well, isn't it? And we do have a good laugh. And Sean always comes up with a gem, doesn't he? We think we know all we got to know Sean now, and then they come right left wing, wouldn't he? And just say, oh my God, some other fact about him. It's fascinating.
That's left field, I think.
Oh, left field.
Not left wing.
John's asking, when you do next cruise, can you do a segment about disability-friendly facilities? We work with disabled adults who love to go on a cruise. We try to put in some things that would be, that when we see
try and look out for
the lifts in the swimming pools, and whether it's going to be friendly enough. But to be fair, John, we don't have the expertise of giving you all those facts. And I must try and find out. There's some really good wheelchair bloggers out there who have to deal with things that obviously your guys will have to deal with too, and it would be worth seeking those out. I don't know if there's other bloggers in the comments that can remember, because mine's gone blank. I was just thinking of 2 and it's just gone.
Accessibility, and is it?
Yeah, but there are quite a few out there that I think would be really helpful.
When we used to take my dad I mean, hopefully my dad's coming on a group cruise, but we used to take my dad regularly because he's in a mobility scooter. We maybe felt a bit more qualified. But what we don't want to do is come across as we don't want to talk about a subject that we're not qualified to talk about and end up looking like idiots or giving out the wrong information.
We've been able to do this lots in the past, like also with John, and with the types of cabins that we've actually been put in because of the accessibility. But certainly we will mention what we find.
Yeah.
But do check those other vloggers out. Brits on Cruising with Wheels. Yes, that's one. And there's accessibility or accessibility. I'll try and have a think. So, and Barbara's saying Catherine Parkinson played Pauline. She also played in the movie Guernsey, literally in Potato Peel Pie Society.
You're just making stuff up now, Barbara.
Is that a film?
I've never even heard of that.
And Morris is saying that river cruise goes for too much rain. Yeah, they can when the levels go too high.
I've got every day's a school day now for you. Catherine Parkinson, if anybody knows that is, who was in Doc Martin years ago, her father-in-law, who sadly passed away now, was the man that used to say no, 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 no in Vicar of Dibley.
Really?
No.
Oh, that's another one. Vicar of Dibley. Love that. Anyway, we must go have a look at see if there's any more questions, because look at the time. I think we're through, aren't we? And Corinne's just saying, I hope my Christmas river cruise in France isn't spoiled by flooded rivers. So, yeah, let me just check that I haven't missed anything. Traveling Lights just saying that we're going on our first river cruise next month with two any of our first timers, and we will be going on any more river cruises. We would love to do another river cruise. It just hasn't fitted in our schedule as yet, but loved it. Just go with an open mind and take advantage of the very cheap excursions on TUI, because we did quite a few walk-in tours.
As long as it's the same. When we did TUI, it was something like, and it just goes to show, because I'm naturally a grumpy and cynical and what have you. Carole said, we get
it was 120.
We get £120 each towards excursions, and having booked excursions on ocean cruises, I'm thinking, well, for £120, what's that going to get you? You know, a trip down the stairs is about as good as it's going to get. So it's like, right, what excursion? Oh, there's so and so. So how much is that? £12. There's so and so. So how much is that? £8. We couldn't spend the money they gave us for the excursions because they were so cheap.
And we went on some really good sort of walking tour stuff, didn't we? So yeah, just go with the flow. Join in with the quizzes in the evenings, and go to the, because it's a real nice community. We got to know some lovely people. Don't just sit there and chat to the person next to you. I think that's just a great way of getting to know everyone, because there's not that many people on a river cruise ship. There's only about 150, isn't there?
Well, yeah, there was less than that, I think, on ours, but yeah.
I think that's it. So I think let's see. Thanks for the long chat today. Yes, thanks for the long chat today. Everyone can have a great day. Thanks, Barbara. Thanks everyone for coming. I think we're going to stop there, otherwise we could go on all night, couldn't we? So next week we've got live is on Tuesday. So come and chat with us then, because Paul's away racing. And also we've got just a video out tomorrow, which is about the galleon in Foy. And hopefully next week I'll get the Melbourne one will be finished. So that's sort of a quarter, about a third have done now. So yes. So there we are. Thanks again for everyone joining. I see the small comments coming up, but we can't because we'd be here all night. So night all, and we will see you on Tuesday. Bye for now.
You got the thumb in the right place.
Well done, Paulie.